In this video, I covered the Brian Cohey case, a 19-year-old who killed a man and left the man's severed head in his closet for his mom to find. Click here to see the original video explaining the case, but today I'm going through the interviews. Now, this is specifically the hour or so interview with Brian. Serious trigger warning, this is some disturbing stuff, okay? He spares no details. He's gonna tell you exactly what he did, and we're gonna talk about it. First, this little clip.
And how did you get here?
I murdered someone.
Okay.
This case is not at all a laughing matter, but it's a fact. Something tickles me when the cop goes like, okay.
Okay.
In this video, I left out a lot of details about what Brian actually did to Warren because I thought I would let him speak for himself, because he spares no details. Trigger warning. So here he is describing the actual crime itself and the aftermath.
I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by imprinting your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck.
Okay.
He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him an old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. Is it okay if I do a demonstration?
Oh, yeah.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, homeless guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time I was growling and making animalistic noises.
Why were you doing that?
I suppose it was a frenzy.
Okay.
I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline and everything. But
Okay.
just, woo-hoo. And I paused, and he's like, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I've been wanting to do this for a long fucking time, murder someone." And then I continued. The whole ordeal lasted about a minute. Well, actually, after I killed him, I just couldn't stop saying, "Sticky, dirty, dirty, sticky, sticky." It wasn't. I wasn't smelling anything, but
Then why were you saying that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, I stripped his clothes. I cut open his belly to see his guts. They're really pink. Sorry, that was morbid. I gave him a Glasgow smile.
What's that?
A Joker smile.
Actually, I can't believe how insane that is, like, that's real.
In the trunk, I take his body out, I put it in the water, and because I don't want fingerprints on a body, so I just try moving it with my shoes. That works successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off.
Okay.
God knows where he is now. Maybe a he. He's dead.
Still a hit.
Okay, yeah. God knows where he is now. I think my guess was that it would be discovered this morning or next morning, so keep an eye out for any river-related activity.
Okay.
Like I took the right arm bit, threw it out,
Okay.
took the left arm bit, threw it out.
So it's somewhere around that bridge?
Yeah, but look in because I know crime scenes can be a very wide area.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to look in a 10-foot area here.
Okay.
You're going to want a crime scene that's roughly to the railroad tracks, because they're right here,
Okay.
underneath the bridge, to the railroad tracks here. This will help your search.
And this is the road?
This is right here. This is...
So they wanted to find out the motive, like, why did he want to do this? And honestly, Brian said this.
How about Jeffrey Dahmer?
It wasn't really inspired by it. It was just more,
I'm just trying to think of all the people I can
these people can do it, so can I.
He didn't have a motive. He just thought, well, if Bundy can do it, if Dahmer can do it, then I can do it too. And it wasn't anything particularly sexual. It was literally just because he wanted to. So it's said that when he committed the crime, he was wearing a Michael Myers mask and the whole costume, really. So here's him talking about that.
Any reason you were wearing that blue one-piece jumper set?
Well, you know the movie Halloween, Michael Myers?
Mm-hmm.
He wears one of those, and for Halloween last year, I bought that as a costume to find the mask in the room.
Okay.
And, I just associated that that article of clothing with violence. That's why I was wearing it.
That night.
Yes.
Okay. And then what else were you wearing that night?
Brown thick shoes. We'll see them in my house. They're in the living room.
So, you know a brand?
I'm sorry. No, I don't know the brand. All I know is that they're brown and wet because they have blood on them.
Okay.
Murder. So I put them in the bathtub, soaked them, like
I
wash.
think you got all the blood out?
No, blood is hard to remove.
Okay.
And where are they? I'm sorry, it's where they are.
They're in the living room,
Okay. Where in the living room?
behind the couch. It's a space behind the couch. It's like 5 feet by 5 feet.
Okay.
In this video, I mentioned the kill kit that his parents found, and I thought I would attach Brian talking about that as well because it's interesting.
I'm really curious when you talked about the hammer and the shovels and the knives and like the zip ties. I mean, what was kind of your plan then? That's a little bit different than you did this time.
Oh yeah.
So what was the plan back then?
The plan was to go find, because there's no Grand Junction, I don't think. Have you ever had any?
Yeah. There's not 5 of them standing alongside the road, but there's probably a Grand Junction.
Yeah, the plan was to go with one of them and have them come with me. And then the plan was to subdue them and tie them up and then torture her.
So what made you not go back to the same plan and get, if you kind of had that as a plan?
Would I have been caught?
Well, I don't know. My point is, if your folks, your mom found your stuff, right?
Yes.
And got rid of it. Why didn't you go back to that plan? Why change plans?
Too much risky.
Oh.
First time in a row, they'll be like, okay, that's really suspicious, but okay, we forgive you, don't do it again.
Okay.
Second time in a row, we're calling the police on you. I didn't want to do that again.
Okay, fair enough.
Risk.
And so they didn't call the police?
No, because I told they gave me an ultimatum, have them throw it all away or call the police. So I threw it all away because...
Okay, so you thought if you started rebuilding that plan, they'd find out?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what...
Literally, imagine being the 2 other people in there. You'd literally be like, are you hearing this? Oh my god. So yeah, those are the clips from the interview, the ones that I thought you guys would maybe want to hear for context. My heart seriously goes out to like anyone who this affected, anyone who loved Warren, because he did seem like a really nice man. Like I said in the other video, like he was defenseless, he was asleep, and like he didn't, no one deserves that, but like he didn't deserve that. Brian certainly needs help because clearly like he's been like this for a really long time. He talked about having these thoughts for forever. He was planning it for 6 months, but he had been thinking of doing it for a year. So yeah, that is the case of Brian Cohey. Thank you for watching. Let me know what case you want to see next, and happy Halloween.